6 weeks ago, I decided to take the best of both worlds, agency and a growth operating agency, and basically put them both together, right? So 6 weeks ago, I tested out a new business model, a new agency model, which no one has tested or even tried to scale before, okay? Now, in this video, I just wanted to run you through everything from point A to point Z, which will basically let you know how this agency model works, how you can leverage it, and how you can actually use it to help you scale not only your own agency currently, but your growth operating agency, and actually sell the services within the agency to other agencies to make them 10 times more money. So, as I said, just watch this video. At the end, there's something which I want to show you, which is majorly significant in terms of how you actually get the wheels moving for this new agency model. Now, just stick with me for the video because there's a few key points which I go over at the beginning, in the middle, and as I said, at the end, which allow you to get the ball rolling when starting out on this new agency model. So let's get into it. Now that we're on here, this is literally the only doc you'll ever actually need when it comes to learning this new agency model. One, how to actually grow with it, what it actually is, and why it actually works. Okay, as I said, we battle tested this 6 weeks ago. We've seen insane results within these 6 weeks. Brand new agency model, brand new niches, brand new clients, partners, everything. We've scaled this quickly, efficiently, and it's purely down to the fact that it just works, right? And it's untapped. No one else has used it before. Okay, so this is basically how to scale your coaching, consulting, or agency offer with leverage. Now, just bear with me because we will get to the new business model, right? We will get to the new agency model. But as I said before in the introduction, it ties in with how to actually scale your coaching, consulting, or agency offer, right? And it's all based on leverage. So what actually is leverage? So basically, leverage is the key to scaling any offer efficiently, right? You can scale it with ads, you can scale it with organic content, but in all honesty, if you don't have a leverage pool, it's not going to be able to scale as efficiently, So it basically allows you to achieve exponential growth while reducing the time and effort required per unit of revenue. Okay, so having leverage basically allows you to detach yourself from the time and effort which is required per unit of revenue. Okay, so instead of trading your time for money, leveraging the systems, automations, and basically having a team which will allow you to serve your clients more and basically increase the profitability without working longer hours. So essentially, you're making your clients happier without you working as long. Literally just because you're leveraging systems, automation, and you have a team which allows you to do so. Now, scaling successfully requires a very, very strategic approach to leverage. Now, leverage isn't just a thing that you can go and find. Leverage isn't just a thing that you can go and get, buy, put it into your business. It takes time to learn, and it takes time, and to be honest, a little bit of expertise to actually put in your agency, put in your growth operating business, your coaching business, your consulting business. Now, it can be broken down, which is a good thing, right? Now, it can be broken down into 6 core groups. Now, these groups are financial, operational, technological, team, marketing, and offer leverage. So businesses and the offer that you're running can basically transition from linear growth to exponential scaling while maintaining efficiency and profitability. Now, obviously, when running an agency, especially in the last few years, we've seen a significant increase in the amount of kind of profit. Now, scaling successfully requires a very strategic approach to leverage. Now, it can be broken down into 6 core groups, okay? So that's financial, operational, technological, team, marketing, and offer leverage. Now, leverage isn't just something that you can go out and get, go out and buy, right? It's something which takes time to learn. And to be honest, it takes a little bit of expertise. But it's lucky because it can be broken down, as mentioned, right? Now, those 6 core groups are the most significant thing when it actually comes to be able to transition from linear growth to exponential scaling, whilst still maintaining that efficiency and profitability. Now, we've seen in the past few years a major increase in profit margins. We've been working with agencies that have been hitting 80, 85, 90. We're working with agencies with 96% margins. Margins have increased significantly over the past few years, purely down to the fact that we can put in and scale businesses with leverage, implementing teams, systems, automations, but also keeping that efficiency and keeping those clients happy, which is the most important thing. Now, again, these types of leverages for scaling, they're not easy to understand, to be honest, but I try to numb it down as much as I possibly can so you can digest it in the most simplistic form possible. So the types of leverage, as mentioned before, financial, operational, technological, we got team, marketing, and then finally offer leverage, which is probably the most important one within this group of 6. So financial leverage, this isn't always accessible to everyone. As mentioned, these are quite difficult to attain. So using your capital, funding, or kind of reinvesting profits to scale operations. So obviously, if you don't have any funds, right, using capital is pretty difficult and funding is pretty difficult. But once you start getting clients, reinvesting profits to scale operations is probably the most efficient and the best thing to do, right? Now, an example is running paid ads to generate consistent leads. So as I said before, you just running paid ads isn't going to be efficient. You need to run paid ads, you need to have a solid team, you need to have solid systems and automations in place. So, that example, running paid ads to generate consistent leads so your lead flow isn't dry like the Sahara Desert, right? Now, you've also got ROI-focused spending on growth assets. So, as I said before, hiring, software, training. So, automation tools, systems, processes, team members to basically focus on the ROI within your agency, your coaching business, your consulting business, okay? Now, the second thing is that operational leverage. So automating repetitive tasks with softwares like Make.com, Zapier, and basically any other AI tools, N8N, okay? There's so many different tools, VoiceFlow, Vappy, there's a bunch of different tools which you can use to unlock that operational leverage. So literally just by automating those repetitive tasks with those softwares is going to save you so much time, but allow you to focus on the ROI within your business, okay? Now, using SOPs, which are standard operating procedures, to basically streamline your workflows. Now, if you watched my last video, in my agency, when we started out, I literally toned down on watching people like Alex Hormozy, Iman Gadji, Serge Guattari, Jordan Platten, all of these big gurus and these big B2B business owners. I literally understood and learned their SOPs from back to front, and I created an entire suite of 6-figure SOPs, which basically allowed me to scale to 10K in under 30 days. Okay, now the other thing is eliminating inefficiencies that waste time and resources, right? So whether that is literally wasting hours and hours and hours on marketing with no ROI, or whether you're not very good at sales and you're wasting hours and hours and hours on sales calls and not converting those into deals, right? So you need to eliminate those inefficiencies that are wasting your valuable time, okay? That's such a significant thing because so many founders, when they're starting out, it's the norm, but they do everything when they actually don't need to, when they can get a tool or get someone, get a team member to basically jam it all together and do it themselves. And then you as the founder can focus on something that you're good at, whether it may be sales or marketing, or just in general business growth. You can go ahead and focus on that. Now, the third thing is technological leverage. So implementing, again, those AI-driven tools for client acquisition and sales. So again, in my last video, I ran over my personal funnel, which helped me hit that 10K in under 30 days. So in there, we've got AI agents, AI systems, which basically help me automate client acquisition from A to Z. Okay. Now, automating lead gen, onboarding, and follow-up sequences. Automating lead gen is so simple, but so efficient. We've got an automation which scrapes leads, pre-vets them, adds them to an email campaign. Then we have an AI agent that writes the email. Super, super high quality copy. Lands in the inbox every single time. bang, send the email, all automated without me even needing to press a button, right? Now, onboarding is so significant when actually trying to scale. So if you're running a coaching offer, consulting agency offer, and you're onboarding a client and your onboarding process is slow, it's inefficient, and in all honesty, you need to give your clients, especially if you're selling a high ticket service, you need to give your clients something to chew on instantaneously after the payment has gone into your account and after they've made that payment. So you don't want your clients getting buyer's remorse, because that is the worst thing, because they will literally ask for a refund instantly. So give them something to chew on, give them something to digest as soon as you get that payment. And you can literally automate that with make.com. So bang, client comes in, Stripe payment is confirmed, and then what you go ahead and do is send them a Google Drive of a bunch of stuff, and you get like an automated report made about them. Maybe it's, kind of so automating the onboarding process is so significant, because if you can't give your client something to digest and something to chew on as soon as they pay and as soon as they've made the payment, your client will then suffer from buyer's remorse and they will want a refund instantaneously. Now, you need to be quick on the ball, especially if you're selling a high ticket offer. You need to give your client something to digest instantly. So bang, you can set up an automation. As soon as payment is confirmed in Stripe, what you can go ahead and do is send them a Google Drive with a bunch of kind of information, docs and stuff in there, contracts, whether you've got any videos to send them. Send them all of the stuff which comes in your onboarding process, send that to them instantly, so they have something to digest while you're actually setting up and getting ready to start delivering them the service and the deliverables, getting that set up, okay? Now, the follow-up sequences, this is super significant again, because if you've got a lead that comes in your pipeline and then drops back out, you need a follow-up sequence, which is going to continuously follow up them and continuously try and sell them on what you're offering. So if you're a coach and someone comes in your pipeline for your high ticket and then they drop off, you need to try and downsell them on your medium and your low ticket, right? Because what we do in our agency is, if we have clients, they need to be in the realm of making 2 to 5K, no less than 2K, because if they're making less than 2K, they can't afford our medium and our low ticket, right? Now, it just, confirms it 2 times over for us, especially. Now, our medium ticket is $97 per month. It's a school community of a bunch of value, resources, calls, everything. So having a solid follow-up sequence is super significant, right? And that follow-up sequence also ties in with reminders. So call reminders, you want your prospect to be, you want them to feel acknowledged, like they're actually there and you're not just another person in their pipeline who, you're just going to try and sell. So you want to make them feel valued, right? And actually visible. So set up follow-up sequences in Go High Level. Again, here, use CRM and project management systems like HubSpot, GHL, ClickUp to basically, especially with GHL, you can set up those follow-up sequences and they are so efficient. Especially now, you can add AI outbound voice assistants who can give the prospect a call 10 minutes before the call, send them the link, everything, right? But use CRM and project management systems like HubSpot, GHL, ClickUp to just improve efficiency, because being able to be more efficient, you can then be more ROI focused, okay? That fourth thing, that third thing is team leverage. So hiring virtual assistants or delegating to team members. Now, in my personal opinion, hiring a bunch of VAs, it's kind of an on the fence thing. Hiring a bunch of VAs could be super efficient, but the quality of work isn't going to be as good as hiring specific team members for specific roles, right? Whether it's marketing, sales, all these different things where you can delegate the tasks to, right, to your team members is going to be more efficient, because if they've got specific roles rather than a VA who you tell to do this, then do that, then do this, they're going to be spread thin. Have team members where you can delegate the work to who are specifically employed to literally do that to the best of its ability. Now, again, using specialists for tasks like sales, fulfillment, or marketing, again, that really does come under kind of your team. You need to have people that are literally the best in the industry for sales, fulfillment, and marketing, right? Especially if you're looking to literally grow the business and go for an exit, or grow the business to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100K per month, you want to be able to have a team, not only alongside yourself, that is good at sales, fulfillment, and or marketing. Because if you can have a team that is strong throughout the entire facet, I mean, your business is literally got the most solid foundation, and then you can really start building quickly, right? Alongside all of the different kinds of leverages. So again, building a leadership structure that basically allows you to remove yourself from the daily operations. So, if you've got a sales rep that is doing insanely well, right, and they're closing deals day in, day out, or you've got a setter which is setting so many appointments week in, week out. Once you start hiring more people within that kind of role, you can then go and pick out the people that are doing the best, and you can give them leadership roles. So you can get a sales manager. The sales manager will literally handle everything. All, the SDRs, closers, setters, everything, right? So they'll handle it all. So you want to build a leadership structure, kind of, which allows you to remove yourself from daily operations. So then you don't have to be in there day in, day out, looking over the SDRs, looking over, the media buyers, right? You want to remove yourself from those operations so you can really start to leverage that team. Now, the fourth thing is marketing leverage. So repurposing content across multiple platforms using automations, right? Whether it's, you post something on YouTube, you want to kind of repurpose it, stick it on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, right? And that's literally where these automations come into play. Now, this automation here, in a Slack channel, message is received of content which is put out on YouTube, and then what it goes ahead and does is repurposes the content and formats it for LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, puts it into Airtable, and then the second part of the automation is it takes it from Airtable and then posts it on those platforms, day in, day out. So you literally don't need to do anything other than create content on YouTube, and it repurposes to all the other platforms, right? Or you could do it another way around, LinkedIn, and then repurpose it to the others. Obviously, you can't repurpose it to YouTube, but it really works in any way. Now, the second thing here is running evergreen paid ads to basically automate your client acquisition. Now, in terms of scaling quickly, paid ads is going to be, your golden star. It's going to be your North Star in terms of scaling quickly and actually finding clients, especially if you're running a high ticket offer in coaching, consultants, or the agency business. Running paid ads is, it's going to be your North Star. You're going to find the highest quality of leads from running paid ads, and you're probably going to get the highest amount of conversions. Now, especially when running evergreen paid ads, you want your CPL to be way, way below average. Now, the average CPL is around $30 to $80. So if you can cut that down to even half, so $15 to $40, you are literally running the most insane ads, and you can get an insane, ROAS. We got a ROAS of 3,045% for an agency client with 220 spend, because our CPL was so low. Okay, 220 spent into 6 to 7K in rev, right, for that client. So it's insane. Running evergreen paid ads is insane, especially if your CPL is low, and you can do that just by adding AI acquisition systems and AI systems within the ads, right? Now, creating a referral system to generate word of mouth growth. Now, a lot of agencies rely on word of mouth growth and referrals. Now, there's one problem with that. If you are literally getting one client and then waiting for a referral and then another and another and another, it's going to take you so long to grow. So if you can literally just create a structure and a system to generate those word of mouth growth, or to generate that word of mouth growth, you then don't have to worry about literally relying on that. That can be one pillar in the multiple acquisition pillars for you getting clients. So you've got word of mouth, you've got paid ads, you've got content, and then obviously, you've got different things, like you've got your team holding that up as well. So you've got all of those pillars which are basically allowing you to grow. So don't just rely on referrals. Create a referral system that is automatic, just constantly turning in and churning over clients. Now, the last thing here is offer leverage. So let's say you're running a coaching community, right? Or you're running a one-on-one coaching offer, transition from that one-on-one coaching to group coaching or a scalable program. Now that offer leverage basically allows you to broaden, but also make 10 times more money, because you're not just working with one specific person day in, kind of day out, right? So create a group of different people with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, all paying $20, all paying $40, rather than, charging $250 for a one-on-one coaching per month. Get hundreds and hundreds of people in there paying 20 to 40, or anywhere from like 20 to be honest, $20 to $1,000 a month. You will make 10 times more money with 10 times less work, especially if you do group coaching, because you can do it all in one. And then having a scalable program basically allows you to build a solid system so you can go ahead and then use that as social proof to get more people in the community. Okay. Now, creating a productized service with clear deliverables. Now, having clear deliverables is insane, because if you can have a deliverable that someone can see and they can actually see the ROI from it, especially if you sell that for a high ticket or a medium ticket, if they can see the ROI from it straight away because you've got that social proof, because it's literally clear that it works, what productized service with clear deliverables is probably the best thing that you're going to do as a coach, consultant, or an agency owner. Because if you can set up a system, right, or you can leverage having clear deliverables, one, not only does it strengthen your reputation because people can see the ROI straight from the get-go, but it also allows you to literally copy and paste the systems into these businesses within your niche, get them a constant ROI, and charge them a high ticket service. Because again, it's all about seeing the ROI straight from the get-go. It's pointless you having and showing your deliverables if, one, you don't have any social proof, right? Which is really significant when actually wanting to scale. And if your deliverables aren't clear, like if you're saying you're going to do this, but then you don't do that and you do something else, people are going to be a bit iffy about actually working with you. So have clear deliverables that people can see the ROI from straight away. Now, again, developing digital products like courses, templates, or memberships. Now, this is insane, especially nowadays. For someone like myself, we've worked with a bunch of info product businesses and we've helped them add 200, 300, 400K in ARR literally in 90 days. It's insane. So if you can develop a digital product that you can make once and sell over and over and over and over and over again, and tie it in, for example, with that group coaching or those scalable programs, as I said, you set it up once, you sell it forever, and you basically allow yourself to leverage your offer. And then if you want to go for an upsell again and go back into one-on-one coaching or, one-on-one consulting, whatever it may be, you can then upsell on that high ticket and then really, really start to churn over clients, constantly for a high ticket. And then you've got that solid foundation within your agency or your consulting or coaching business. Now, this is kind of where we get into the nitty-gritty. So as I mentioned, we started a new agency model 6 weeks ago and we got insane results. So basically the agency which we started was called a leverage-based agency. Now, it's basically what it says in the tin is we base everything off of leverage within the agency. So just bear with me. I'm just going to run you through what a leverage-based agency actually is and how the agency actually works and grows. So a leverage-based agency is built on efficiency, automation, and scalable systems that kind of decouple the growth from effort and time, right? So as I said before, if we can detach you, or you can be detached from the amount of effort and time that you put in, it's going to increase your rev growth, okay? So we decouple revenue growth from effort and time. So it's solely focused on revenue and growth rather than the amount of effort and time that you put in, which would then equal revenue per unit. Okay, so instead of you relying solely on manual work or scaling a team linearly, basically a leverage-based agency maximizes output with minimizing costs, inefficiencies, and dependency on the founder. Now, the problem with dependency on the founder, as I mentioned before, a lot of agencies, coaches, consultants, when actually starting their business, we call it key person dependency. So the business is dependent on you. If you take a break or if you take yourself away, the business will literally fail. So that's where the leverage-based agency comes in. So what we basically do is build efficient automations, and we build scalable systems which allow you to detach yourself from that key person dependency within your business. Okay, so it's basically all about building efficiency, teams, and decoupling you from the revenue growth. Okay, or decoupling the revenue growth from the effort and time which you put into the business. Now, how does the agency actually work? Now, this is really interesting. So there's a 5-step process which I put to this. Now, there is a lot more detail which goes into this. If you want a video on that, let me know. I can definitely film a video that goes and really breaks down the leverage-based agency funnel and how you can, actually use it to scale. So it's basically, as I said, a 5-step process: productized service model, automation and AI-driven processes, team and delegation leverage, marketing and sales systemization, client retention, and recurring revenue. Now, instead of custom, time-consuming work, a leverage-based agency offers a repeatable, standardized service with clear deliverables. Now, a lot of people probably tell you to stand out in terms of selling, a done with you offer or a custom solution, but I can promise you, if you can sell a repeatable, standardized service with clear deliverables, it's going to allow you to scale so much faster. So having those clear deliverables, again, as I mentioned, is going to allow you or allow your clients or your prospects to see the ROI instantly. And it's not only going to increase the chance of you closing the deal, but it's also going to increase the amount of money that you make. Now, standardized services are, as I said, frowned upon, right? But if you can have a system which you can put in one business, it prints them cash and makes them loads of money, and they can see the ROI, saves them time, whatever it may be, you can go ahead and take that, copy and paste that system, tweak it maybe a little bit, put it into another business, it gets the same results. Put it into another business, it gets the same results, right? So if you can have a system that's repeatable, which gets these same results, if not better each time, then you win, right? And that's basically what the leverage-based agency is all about. Now, an example of this, as I mentioned, instead of, boring bespoke marketing campaigns, an agency might offer a pre-built lead gen system with automation that can be implemented quickly, obviously with predictable results. So you can predict the results quickly. If you put it in this business, it gets this result. You can then use that as a testimonial, firstly with that social proof, but it also allows you to predict the result instantly. And then they can see the ROI tenfold. Okay, so it's all about delivering predictable, simplistic, clear deliverables to your clients. Okay, now the second thing is automation and AI-driven processes. So lead gen automations, AI-powered outreach, cold email sequences, retargeting ads that generate leads consistently. Now, sales automation, so sales automation, automated qualification, booking systems, and AI sales assistants to convert leads with minimal manual effort. So rather than you, jumping on a call or a cold call or whatever it may be to basically get the prospect to actually book a call with you, you can set up an AI sales assistant which does everything for you, whether that may be on Vappy or Nedzo.ai, wherever that platform may be. You can set up an AI sales assistant to basically convert those leads with as little of your effort needed. Okay. Now, client fulfillment and automation. Now, this was put in here purely because it goes with the entire thesis of the agency, where it's automated, leverage based, and you, as the key person, it's not really relying on you. Okay, so that client fulfillment. Now, onboarding can be automated every single time. Reporting, automated. And basically the task automations using tools they're using tools like Make.com, Zapier, Go High Level, N8N, which allow you to automate, as I said before, the onboarding, the reporting, and the task automations. Now, onboarding, as I said, is super significant because if you sign a client and you don't give them something to digest straight away, they're going to have buyer's remorse. In terms of reporting, what we do over at my AI agency is at the end of every single month, we will send them an analytical report with KPI dashboards and everything kind of like that, graphs, charts, everything, which allows them to see how much time is actually being saved. And we calculate the ROI for them based on the time which we've saved. So we have a guarantee of minimum 30 hours saved per month per automation which we set up. Now, obviously, if we're setting up a lead gen automation, we're going to do it based on the ROI from the leads which we get them, rather than actually the time saved. But if we're setting up an onboarding automation, it's going to be based on the time saved. Okay, so onboarding, reporting, and task automations can be automated back to front. Support and success automations, so AI chatbots, knowledge bases, and automated client check-ins to basically reduce the need for manual support. So rather than you having a support rep that's constantly taking calls, constantly replying to emails, constantly replying to messages, in terms of the support and the success of the clients, you can literally set up an AI, a chatbot, whether it's a knowledge base or just automated client check-ins, which do all of that for you. Not only does it save you money by not needing to hire a support rep, but it saves you time as well, rather than you doing it, right? So setting up a chatbot or an assistant, which is basically built off a knowledge base of a support rep, a real life support rep, and stuff that you do within your agency, coaching or consulting business, it basically allows you to remove yourself from manual reporting. Okay. Now, the third thing is team and delegation leverage. So instead of handling all the operations in hours or in-house, so the third thing is team and delegation leverage. So instead of handling all of the operations in-house, leverage based agency outsource, right? So delegate, automate that fulfillment, right? Which, as I said, is a bit iffy, especially if you're starting out, because you just want to get results and you literally want to get the right results and deliver the result. Oh my God. So the third thing is team and delegation leverage. Now, instead of handling all the operations in-house, leverage based agency outsource. So delegate and automate the fulfillment. Now, again, automating the fulfillment is a bit of an iffy one, because when starting out with a leverage-based agency, you want to get those predictable and kind of clear deliverables, so you can literally just automate that, put it in this business, put it in that business, put it in that business. So in terms of starting out, don't automate the fulfillment fully, automate some of it in terms of onboarding, reporting, and stuff like that. Now, use specialists, as I said before, VAs, white label providers for execution, whilst the agency focuses on sales, strategy, and growth. Okay, so now instead of you going out and hiring 10 VAs, hire one VA and then hire people that are specialists within the roles which you need. So whether it's sales, whether it is marketing, whatever it may be, hire them for that role. Don't hire a VA for that role. Now, an example of this is basically a content marketing agency can outsource content creation to a vetted freelancer, right? Or a vetted freelancer pool. So they, in their network, as a leverage-based agency owner, you should have a solid network. In their network, they have got an outsourcing pool where they can pick and choose who they want to give certain work to, so then they can leverage off of them. One, taking them out of the business, taking them out of the fulfillment process, which is the most stressful part about an agency. And then what you can go ahead and do from there is grow really, really quickly, right? So having a vetted freelancer pool and having a vetted, I like to call it a vetted networking pool, right? Rather than a freelancer pool, you can really then pick and choose who you want to dish out the work to, right? And that will also allow you to differentiate the bad employees, right, from the good employees. We'll call them employees, but obviously, if you wanted to go and hire them, you'd be able to differentiate which one would be better for your team, depending on what they've done for you in the past. So the fourth thing is marketing and sales systemization. So marketing and sales systemization is insane. So having an evergreen marketing asset, right? So whether that is having an automated webinar, pre-recorded sales demos, pre-written content, which is repurposed kind of across different platforms is going to help you scale this leverage-based agency. So pre-recorded sales demos. So literally having a demo of your product is so much better than literally needing to record a video every single time for a different prospect every single time, or a different client every single time, right? It's going to save you so much time by literally just having pre-recorded videos. Now, automated webinars, you could do an automated webinar. Now, personally, I don't do webinars because I just don't see the value in it in terms of actually selling them on something and then calling them up and going for an upsell. I just don't see the value in that when I could just go on a call, close the deal, and get the money there then that day. Okay, so I don't really see the value in that, but obviously, someone like yourself running a coaching, consulting, or agency business, you can see the value in that, I'm sure. So, and also having that pre-written content which is repurposed across platforms, and having automated systems like this, which are basically going to allow you to have the content pre-written for you and also repurposed to all the different platforms out there. Now, paid ads and organic content systems that run without constant hands-on involvement. So, as I said before, lowering your CPL with AI-driven ads is basically going to allow you to not have a media buyer or need a media buyer or yourself to constantly be tweaking ad spends and stuff like that. You can have it all AI-driven, and it literally does it all depending on budgets and all that kind of different stuff. If you want a video on actually how to use and set up AI leverage ads on Facebook and Google, let me know. I can make a full video on that. And having just an organic content system which runs without hands-on involvement all the time is super significant. Now, we have an NAN automation setup, which basically allowed me to create 2 LinkedIn posts. Check out my profile or my last video to see the results from those posts. Now, those posts went semi-viral. We got 200,000 impressions on one and 55 around 60,000 impressions on another. Those 2 posts were a month apart, okay? And it was because we had this evergreen system set up, which basically ideates and writes all of the content based on my ICP. So also having an AI-driven appointment setter and chatbots that nurture the quality, right? Nurture and basically track the quality of the leads 24/7, does the lead scoring, the lead warmth, basically vets the leads and qualifies them before they jump on the call with you, which is obviously a given, but we go through a double vetting process to basically allow us, as I mentioned before at the beginning of the video, whether they're making 2 to 5K, because if they're making less than 2K, there's no value there for us, right? If they're making more than 5K, that's where we sell a high ticket. If they're making less than 2K, we can't really go for a downsell, okay? Because we just want to basically get them in a community on the downsell and then leverage from there, okay? Now, the 5th thing is client retention, recurring revenue. So whether it's shifting from one-time service or one-time services to basic subscription or retainer-based models. Now, this is a given, especially running a coaching, consulting, or agency offer, but so many people do one-time services or one-time service fees. It's insane because, you could make 25K in January, but you could make 5K in February. You know what I mean? But when you have a recurring model where you're charging 4+ K per month per client, you have 10 clients and you have a churn rate of less than the industry average, which is around, I believe it's 34%. What you can go ahead and do then is not need to worry about your revenue or your profits dipping and going back up and dipping and going down and then flatlining. You don't need to worry about that when running a subscription or kind of retainer-based model, because it's going to allow you to optimize for cash flow, which then is going to allow you to delegate and basically get the best team, and then also leverage yourself by taking yourself out as the key person and then sitting in different areas of the business, sales, marketing, as I said before. Now, the other thing is crafting or creating additional upsells, or layered offers, or having a layered offer. So whether it is done for you, or if you're only running a consulting business, it doesn't really apply to you, but done for you consulting or SaaS integrations, right? So having a done for you service is really significant. Now, when running a leverage based agency, done for you, as I said, is a bit more difficult to mark as predictable, mark as clear, right? So have a system which is readable and predictable, as I said before. So the last thing here is using data-driven insights to track client success and optimize long-term retention. So once you set up these automations which track the KPIs, which actually track the client success and what's going on, you can really then start to optimize based on the data which you're getting from the clients for long-term retention. Now, within my growth business, we've got a retention rate of anywhere from 3 to 6, 7 months per client. Now, we're looking to increase that by doubling down and actually tracking the insights week in, week out. And we're looking to increase that from 6 to 18 months, right? So that's literally a 12-month increase just by funding down on the data which is gathered from automation. Now, kind of the last thing which I wanted to run through in this video. Now, I know I've been going on for a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally going to run through this really quick, and I'm going to leave a link to this doc in the bio so you can access it whenever, and you can literally start to use the leverage-based agency as not only a service within your agency, but also you can set up a leverage-based agency and scale it really quickly within anywhere from 6 to 12 weeks. Now, why is a leverage-based agency the future of scaling? So again, really quickly, you can get higher profit margins, you can get higher scalability, less founder dependency, which is really significant, and predictable revenue for your clients, and you can have long-term client retention. So I just wanted to run you through the scaling formula, which is leverage plus systems plus consistency. So scaling a coach, consultant, or agency business basically comes down to a kind of a simple equation to me. So that's scaling equals leverage times systems times consistency. So basically leverage allows you to do more with less. Systems make scaling predictable and repeatable. And then consistency ensures compounding results over time. Okay, so there's basically a really simple strategic way to scaling a business with leverage. Okay, so it literally comes down, we've set it up in a funnel format. So from top to bottom of the funnel, basically the top of the funnel is refining the niche and offer. Bottom of that is automated lead gen. Around the middle of the funnel, optimize sales and onboarding. Again, middle of the funnel, bottom of middle, build fulfillment model. Okay, and then one up from the bottom of the funnel, maximize client LTV, which is super significant because you can then literally double the amount of rev which you make and the amount of profits which you make, which will then increase your margins, etc. The bottom of the funnel is build thought leadership, okay? And you want to have a scalable and sustainable business growth month in, month out. So listen, if you are an agency owner or a coach or a consultant and you want to have a system like this built out for you with predictable systems, leverage, team leverage, marketing leverage, automations, systems, processes, you want to have the SOPs built out for yourself or given to you, which will allow you to hire 6, 7, 8-figure team members, which are literally going to trajectory your business to, let's say you're doing 5 figures, 6, 7, 8 figures, within a year, 2 years, because these systems literally just work, right? Now, if you are a coach, consultant, or an agency owner, and you think that the systems I've got in this video could actually work for you, and you can see an ROI and actually, setting up a leverage-based agency, or why working with a leverage-based agency is actually beneficial to someone like yourself, I've put a link to a form in the bio, or I've got a link to a call where you can just skip the form. But if you really want to have a detailed funnel built out for you based on the leveraged agency model and the AI systems, the team members, the SOPs, the automations, fill out that form. What I'll go ahead and do is me and my team will build out a funnel for you, and then we'll shoot that over to you, and then you can have the ability to book a call. Or if you want to skip that and just get straight on a call where I can run you through how these systems actually work, right? How these funnels work and get money for our clients, book a call and let's speak. But as mentioned, all of this stuff will be in the bio for you to access for completely free. So you can come back to whether it's, you just want to know a little bit more about how leverage can actually help you scale, not only as a coach, consultant, or agency owner, but also how you can go ahead and start a leverage-based agency to then sell that to multiple different niches. Now, I really appreciate you watching this video.